What up, world? It's your boy D back with another episode, back with another video. You already know. All right, let's get started, man. Happy Thursday, everyone. First of all, I like to say the lights might go on and go off a couple times while we're doing this video. These are sensor lights. Irritate you sometimes. However, I had to find a quiet spot that I can make my videos so I can give my audience what they need, what they want. So, with that being said, what I want to do, I want to switch up this time. I want to do something different. I know did it a couple times. I've gave quotes. I've spoke from my mind, and I like speaking from my mind. I like speaking from my heart. I like talking without it being rehearsed because it feels a little bit more natural to me, and it gives me a better vibe and a better energy when I'm just talking off the cuffs and just going with the flow of things. Like I enjoy that. I get a different feel for who I am when I'm talking like that. When I'm rehearsing, it gives me not of a feel of authenticity. And not saying that you're not being authentic, but it gives me of a feel of I'm trying to be perfect in something. And I'm not trying to be perfect. I want to be just me. And I want to give my truth. And like I've said before in other videos, my truth is, and my journey is to give my life away. And what I mean by give my life away, I mean that my story is not my story anymore. My story is to be told. My story is to be given to others as a lesson and as an experience so they won't have to go through the same things I went through. Sometimes people do go through the same things and they don't learn the lessons, or they don't learn from the experience of the people. And hey, everybody have to take their own journey, but also you get to eat the fish and throw away the bones. That's an old saying where take what you can get out of it, and the things that you can't get, just throw it away. You know? And that's how I look at life. Like I take the things that I understand, the things that I appreciate, the things that I agree with or disagree with, and whatever I don't agree with, I throw away, and the things that I agree with, I keep, and I put it in stored in one side of my brain, the right or the left brain. If it's logic, I store it in the left side. If it's more of fantasy and imagination, I store it on the right side. So, with that being said, I want to talk about today is discipline. And I want to talk about discipline in the sense of, how can I put it? Us going off of old belief systems of discipline. And before I give my viewpoint and my ideology or my perspective on discipline and the things that go along with it, I like to give a story about my life and how I came to be and who the person I am. And maybe people can get something out of this story and how I explain this story and what I mean by discipline and not discipline. You can take what you can and use it. When I was younger, I grew up in North Carolina. First of all, I grew up in Rayford, North Carolina. Hope County. Shout out Bucktown. You already know Rowdy Rayford. Um, yeah, I grew up in North Carolina, and we grew up six kids. My dad, my mom, until I was like 7 years old, they was married together. I think they was married for like 15 years. However, when I was like, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 years old, me and my sister, we used to go to this trailer park in the back of our house called McCoy Trailer Park. Some people know about McCoy Trailer Park. You know, some people lived out there. Shout out to the people that lived out in McCoy Trailer Park. It's not there no more, but it was a great place, man. It was a great place to hang out, a great place to chill. And we used to go to our friend's house and go chill at their house because they had the Super Nintendo. So we would go over there every single day after school. We would go straight there every single day. We would go straight to McCoy Trailer Park and go play video games. And every day when we got home, we would get a whooping. Every single day, my dad make us go pick a switch off the tree, or he would get his belt, and we would get a whooping for going to McCoy Trailer Park every single day. We didn't care. We didn't think about the consequences. All we was thinking about the fun, about what we wanted to do. We was more in the instant gratification. And that's what a lot of kids are. They're in that instant gratification stage of not caring about the consequences afterwards, but more about what they get to enjoy at this point in time. And I just deal with it later, you know? Because as a kid, when I did get to choose if I wanted a whooping or punishment, I would take the whooping because it's a whooping. Okay, the pain lasts maybe, 5 minutes, but punishment might last a week. I couldn't stand not going outside playing with my friends. However, with that story, that's what I want to bring up about discipline. Because with me, discipline, first of all, I don't discipline my kids. And when I mean I don't discipline my kids, I don't beat my kids, I don't spank my kids. I do put them on minor punishments. I try not to yell at them. I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent because I'll be lying if I act like I am. I try not to yell at them. I do come off sometimes aggressive. I do come off loud. I have cursed. I try not to do that also because I feel like at the end of the day, kids don't need to be disciplined in a aggressive way. Because as a kid, I feel like kids, they're looking for attention. They're looking for someone to love them, someone to be there for them, someone that they can talk to. And I want to be that person for my kids. I don't want to be the person who fears their parents. I don't want them to be that. I want them to be able to come and talk to me at any point in time, and we can have a conversation and discuss what's going on without them fearing that they're going to get in trouble or they're going to get hit or I'm going to be mad at them. Because I'm not going to say I don't get mad, because I do get upset, but I try to control my anger and I try to control the situation by having dialogue with them and letting them understand that they are human too, and they're going to make mistakes and they're going to do things that I may not agree with, and that's a part of life. And that's the journey of life, is making mistakes and learning from your experiences. And the thing is, a lot of us, we go to the old belief system of what our parents did and what we was raised up on, of our parents beating us or whooping us or doing those things, that we use that same tradition and we bring it into our household and we bring it into our family and we bring it to this time. And at this point in time, I don't feel like they need that, because right now a lot of kids are not getting the necessary attention they need at home or at school. I feel like a lot of times kids are being raised by the television, and kids are being raised by social media and the likes of, from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and their attention span is not as long as it used to be of us focusing. It's more of a quick type outlook on, or a quick thing where you pay attention for a second and then you do something else and you do something else and you don't care or you don't think about what's going to happen next. So you just do it because you see everybody else doing it and you don't know if it's right or wrong. And a lot of time, a lot of information get crowded, or a lot of information get pushed at you so quickly that you don't realize what is right and what's wrong, and you start to question the beliefs of what your parents said, and you start to question the beliefs of what your teachers say, or what someone else says, or your role model say, and your peers say, and you don't know which way to go, and you have to figure out your own way to go. You have to figure out what's best for me or what's gonna work for me. And my thing is, as long as you learn from your situation and you grow from it, then I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with from growing from it because at the end of the day, I had to go through a lot of situations. I made mistakes in my life, and we all made mistakes in our life where we had to grow from. And as we grow, we start to understand the things that you converse about with your parents or you talked about with other people, and you start to understand and realize that the things that you did or you thought was cool wasn't as cool as you thought they were. And you start to understand that you have a bigger purpose in life, and you have things that you have to realize that you can or cannot do. Excuse me. And when you growing, especially I'm gonna say the age of 13, there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses where you don't understand right from wrong or good or bad or things like that, and you start to have to take responsibilities for your mistakes. And me discipline you in an aggressive way is not gonna help you get out of that mistake or get out of that situation. Me giving you a plan of action or different scenarios will help you get out of that situation more quicker than me whooping you and telling you don't do it again, because that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I feel like there's a deeper solution to discipline a kid or understanding society today, and that takes more of a conversation, and it takes more of a deeper understanding of who that kid is on an individual level. And on an individual, I mean in that every kid is not the same, and every kid don't act the same. Every kid is not going to respond the same. Every kid is not going to do the same thing. Every kid is not going to learn the same way. And there's a great quote that Albert Einstein once said. He said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking it's stupid. And with that quote, it lets you know that everybody has their strong things and everybody has their weaknesses, but you can't judge them off their weaknesses, because their weaknesses they can grow from, they can learn from, but at the end of the day, you don't want to discipline them because they make bad grades in a certain subject, because that subject might not be as important to that kid as you believe it to be. Maybe their creative side is being an artist, and that's what they believe they want to pay more attention to, or sports or something, or music, and it's different areas. And there are kids that's very academic, and they understand books and math and sciences and all those things, and they're great at that, and they might not be great at sports or singing or artistic or things like that. So I don't believe that we should focus our attention on just certain levels or certain ideologies of just education. In that sense, I feel like there's a bigger a vast what's the word I want to use? There's a vast arena of different things that kids can do. And if we stop to listen to them and understand them and not look at them as we know everything and this is how things go, but listen to them from their perspective and understand that they have their own voice and they're human just like you are. Even though they might be small and younger, they have something of value to say. And when they're talking to you, you understand them from that sense of them letting you know that this is not what they want to do, but they want to do something else. And you try to find a way to help them build their confidence and help them know themselves in a way that they can grow in that particular area and not be judged on it, because this is going to get them where they want to be in life and to follow their purpose. So that's my thing on discipline and kids and just building a relationship with your children. It's about understanding them. It's about listening to them. It's about conversing with them. It's about loving them, and loving them in a way that is unknown, a way that we didn't have the love that we needed as a kid. And not to say that we didn't get love, but give them a little bit more. It's like they say, don't hug a baby when it's crying. I don't believe that saying. I believe kiss on that baby when it's crying, hug them, hold them, tell them that you love them, so they can know that they always have somebody to count on. They always have somebody that they can look on and not think that they're alone in this world, and not think that someone is out to judge them or to want them to go in their direction, but let them go and go in their own direction. Let them spread their wings and fly. And with that being said, man, just think about it, man. Comment, share, do whatever you want to do. All right? I'm going to sign off with that. Cash, constantly achieving successful habits every day. Yeah.